Good day, Orlando. I'm Tiffany Browne. Thanks so much for joining us this morning. It is Saturday, July 24th. Here are the top stories we are working on this morning. First, developing overnight, at least one person hurt after an ambulance and an SUV crashed right into each other in Brevard County. Happening now, an incredibly sad story in Orange County to tell you about this morning. A man opened fire on someone he thought had broken into his house, but deputies say it was a terrible, tragic mistake. Happening now, cleanup is underway in Lake County this morning. This after strong winds knocked down a big tree and ripped the roof right off of an apartment building. The good news here, no one was hurt, but there's a big mess to clean up. It was a very emotional day in court today. It took jurors 8 hours to reach a verdict, but when they did, it was the result the victims and their families had been waiting for. The chaotic scene finally starting to wind down a little bit, but the street sign down on the side of the road still gives evidence of this bizarre crash. It all started at around 1 a.m. when officers say a man fell asleep at the intersection of Palm Bay Road and Minton Road. Traffic is moving smoothly here on I-4 near State Road 434, but in the next few weeks there's going to be a lot more than just cars on the road. There's going to be a lot of construction workers too. Even on a day that doesn't feel scorching hot, the inside of your car can still heat up very quickly. And experts say cracking the window really doesn't make that much of a difference. If you and the family are heading out for Disney, you'll want to leave the selfie stick at home. That's because the theme park has just banned the device at all of their parks. We're following new developments in a statewide search for a missing Jacksonville toddler. This morning, the man who admitted leaving that child in a car just before the toddler disappeared is in jail. Fox 35's Gina Benitez is live in the studio with the latest on this disturbing case. This morning, we're getting a clearer idea about the man who opened fire in a crowded Louisiana movie theater this week. Police painting a picture of a mentally disturbed drifter. Fox News correspondent Will Carr has the very latest details. And new this morning, one man is dead, another in critical condition after a crash in Volusia County. That story tops today's morning rush. It happened about 7:30 last night. Troopers say the car was going very fast westbound on State Road 44 in New Smyrna Beach. The driver lost control before crashing into a tree. The passenger died at the scene. They airlifted the driver to Halifax Medical Center. And a sinkhole that shut down part of Colonial Drive in Ocoee last night is fixed this morning. The hole opened up near the intersection of Colonial and McGuire Road. The westbound lanes closed just after 9 p.m. last night, but they are back open this morning. And Bluebell Creameries is reviewing a lab report that shows listeria was found in a carton of its ice cream right here in Florida. A lawyer tells the Associated Press his client had the ice cream tested at a Miami-based lab after her 75-year-old husband got meningitis. Bluebell issued a national recall after the company's ice cream was linked to listeria cases in at least 4 states. New this morning, there's a battle brewing between Disney and the union representing cast members who play Disney characters. This comes after a new confidentiality policy that started about 2 weeks ago. The policy bans workers from revealing which character they play on social media or in other public forums. The union says that's not fair, and Disney is committing an unfair labor practice. So yesterday, they filed a charge with the National Labor Relations Board. A Disney spokesperson did not have an immediate comment. In Osceola County, a Kissimmee police officer arrested and accused of child abuse. That story tops today's morning rush. Mario Badia served as a school resource officer at Kissimmee Middle School. Police say the officer got in some kind of altercation with a 13-year-old boy back on May 8th. The report says Officer Badia hit the child in the face and slammed him to the ground. Badia is on paid administrative leave during the results of criminal and internal investigations. Now for a live look at I-95 near Dunlawton Avenue in Volusia County. Traffic flowing pretty well this morning, but yesterday was quite a different story. Deputies shut it down Friday afternoon. It started with a call about a road rage incident in Port Orange, possibly involving a gun. Deputies caught up with the car on I-95 near Dunlawton Avenue. They blocked traffic for a while, then they made the arrest. The man accused of shooting at George Zimmerman will wear a GPS monitoring device while he's out on bail. A judge ordered Matthew Apperson to wear the device so Zimmerman will know if he's close by. Apperson was charged earlier this month with aggravated assault and battery. He's accused of firing a gun into Zimmerman's car during a run-in in Lake Mary earlier this month. A police report says Apperson had a fixation on Zimmerman and was recently admitted to a mental institution. Central Florida's coast is now living up to its reputation as a shark bite hotspot. 2 teenagers are recovering this morning after sharks bit them in 2 different counties Friday. Still to come on Good Day Orlando City is celebrating even before they hit the pitch. The latest on a new soccer stadium coming to Central Florida is coming up. Plus, this week's anthrax scare more wide-reaching than first thought. Just how many cities are now affected after the break? But first, we leave you with a live look in downtown Orlando, checking out the beautiful sky over Lake Eola, looking like it's shaping up to be a gorgeous day. We'll have more on your weekend weather coming up with Brooks Tomlin after the break. News alert, the FBI says no bombs were found on any planes after social media threats. Authorities surrounded 2 planes yesterday. Developing this morning, we're learning more about the man who opened fire at the Florida State University Library. Tallahassee police released more than 100 pages of documents yesterday. Myron May opened fire on campus November 20th. He shot 3 people before police shot him. New this morning, do you know how much your significant other is really spending when you're not looking? After the break, we're taking a closer look at just how many people are spending in secret. And it was a busy night in Polk County last night. Officers responded to multiple shootings, including one where a police officer says he was forced to shoot a suspect. It all started around 5:30 last night in Winter Haven. Officers were doing security outside the Three Brothers family food store when shots rang out. While they were investigating that shooting, more shots were fired in the area. An elderly woman was hit and taken to the hospital, and shortly after that, officers spotted someone speeding backwards down the street. When the officer walked up to the car, he spotted a gun on the floorboard. He says he told the suspect to put his hands up, but instead, that suspect reached towards the gun. The officer then shot the suspect, hitting him in the upper body. The suspect is now in the hospital, and that officer is on administrative leave. Still to come, quit smoking and get a tax break, or deduct moving expenses for your pet. A local financial planner explains some strange but legit tax options coming up next. It is 10:59. You're taking a live look in downtown Orlando with a beautiful start to the morning. The sun is up, shining bright, and just a few clouds in the sky. Of course, Brooks Tomlin will be back with your full forecast coming up in just a few minutes. Developing this morning, the FAA says the problem that caused flight delays up and down the East Coast has been resolved. The fallout from the problem was felt in a big way here at OIA, where hundreds of travelers were left with nowhere to go. New this morning, pictures that will just make your day. Seriously, put down the coffee, turn around, take a look at these. Marion County Fire Rescue posting these pictures to their Facebook. Firefighters giving oxygen to a dog after it was caught in a house fire in Citra. According to the post, the dog was rescued after the residents escaped. As you can see, that place was just completely torched. The family now getting help from the American Red Cross. You can share this story with your friends. You can find it on our Facebook page. Just go to facebook.com/Fox35News. It was a very emotional day in court today. It took jurors 8 hours to reach a verdict, but when they did, it was the result the victims and their families had been waiting for. Brianna Campos started sobbing as soon as the first guilty verdict was read, and across the courtroom, Bestman Okafor sat at the defense table looking emotionless as he learned the jury just found him guilty of first-degree murder, 2 counts of attempted first-degree murder, and armed burglary.
I was very happy with the outcome.
Bestman Okafor shot Brianna Campos, her brother Remington, and Alex Zaldivar as they laid face down on the floor in their home in September 2012. Brianna and her brother survived the nightmare and testified about the bloody home invasion that took their good friend and roommate, Alex Zaldivar's life. We asked her and her brother if this guilty verdict will help them move forward.
It's hard to say that right now. It's been 3 years and no. But I'm hoping this, from now on, I can only have happy thoughts about it.
I'm glad to hear the verdict, but I'm waiting to see what holds tomorrow.
Tomorrow, the sentencing phase begins. Since this is a death penalty case, Brianna and Remington Campos will be testifying again, and they know it won't be easy. But they're willing to do it in hopes of getting a sentence that they and Alex Zaldivar's family feel matches the crime.
Peace of mind, knowing that we could put Bestman to death as well and give him the fear we felt.
If he needs to die, he needs to forfeit his life, because he took my son's life. He needs to be gone. I mean, completely gone. And I want him to suffer.
We'll be back out here tomorrow morning as the sentencing phase begins. Reporting in Orange County, Tiffany Browne, Fox 35 News. Traffic is moving smoothly here on I-4 near State Road 434, but in the next few weeks there's going to be a lot more than just cars on the road. There's going to be a lot of construction workers too.
You're going to see utility relocation work, you're going to see drainage work, you're going to see a lot of work behind barrier walls.
And you're going to see traffic slow down as construction crews build bridges, interchanges, and toll lanes between State Road 434 and Kirkman Road. Lorene Bobo is managing the I-4 Ultimate project for the Florida Department of Transportation. We talked to her about what drivers can expect during the 6.5 years of road work.
You know, we're going to completely reconstruct an interstate for 21 miles and keep traffic moving throughout.
In most cases, lanes will stay open from 5 a.m. to 10 p.m.
You may see some long-term lane closures throughout the project, but generally speaking, you're going to have the same number of lanes today as you will throughout the project.
Transportation officials say it's important for drivers to start planning now. That way, they're not surprised when they're behind the wheel and those changes start rolling out. Drivers can sign up for alerts at myfoxorlando.com to stay on top of all of those changes. Reporting in Seminole County, Tiffany Browne, Fox 35 News. If you and the family are heading out for Disney, you'll want to leave the selfie stick at home. That's because the theme park has just banned the device at all of their parks. Disney tells us starting today, when security checks bags at guest entrances, selfie sticks will not be allowed. You can either check them there or have the option of going back to your car and putting them away. The new rule is posted online. There are also new reminders around the resorts and parking lots and backslips. Disney says the ban is due to safety concerns. Selfie sticks have already been banned from rides at Disney, and rule breakers have caused attractions to be shut down for up to an hour at a time. We asked parkgoers what they think about this new rule.
Well, everybody's overall safety is paramount, so if it needs to be banned, then it needs to be banned.
I don't think it's fair. The kids love the selfie sticks. My granddaughter, she has one, and it's like,
So from now on, you'll have to skip the selfie stick, go the old-fashioned way, and just stick out your arm or ask your friend to take a picture for you. We did check around. Universal is still allowing selfie sticks inside the park, but they tell us they are not allowed on the attractions. Tiffany Browne, Fox 35 News.